Tonight, I'd like to show you one of the world's great cameras, the magnificent new Retina Reflex by Kodak.
Hey, can I try your Canon?
Sure, it's simple.
In sun or shade, it's a snap to use. The Canon AE1 program, so advanced, it's simple and more above.
S10 redesigns the mobile camera with 5 pro-grade cameras that let you shoot like a pro without being a pro.
Technology has changed vastly in the last century, and seems to change nearly by the minute in today's world. These innovations bring about excitement and improvement in many ways to our everyday lives. While this race for perfection has offered great advances in the field of photography, and we can do and make things like never before, and in ways never thought possible, there are those who crave the imperfection and limits of the analog process.
My definitive reason for shooting film, I think it's just like the slow process of everything, you know, you need to think about before you actually push the shutter to take the actual photo.
For me, it's about making things handmade. It's about me making things with my hands, and I completely believe in when it comes to photography, especially prints, I believe in the handmade physical object. When you look at a photograph that somebody's made with film or in an analog methods with their hands, you can see the imperfections, or you can see sort of the handmade part of the process.
It just slows you down when you're taking a picture. It just makes your pictures way better if you take the time to think about everything.
The process of shooting film is just different. The film is still has a latitude that digital does not. So just even going and getting the images, recording them onto film is a different process.
It forces you to kind of make a style that's your own. Yeah, you could use Portra 400 and it'll look good, but it'll look like everybody else's if you don't try to do anything different.
I think that photographs need to exist as physical pieces in the real world and not just online.
The entire analog process of going from a negative that you always have to a print that you can have and a print that you can remake. When digital started to creep in and really start to take over, shied away from it in favor of the more analog process.
I don't know if I don't think they were ever meant to look exactly the same. I don't think that digital photography has the handmade look to it. They look a little too perfect in a way. I don't think that most people who are interested in photography as an art form are making big distinctions between digital prints and non-digital prints. I don't think that curators and gallerists and collectors, maybe collectors have a preference, but for the most part, that sort of divide's not happening.
As digital has continued to get better and better, what to do with your film has also gotten better and better. Having your negatives and being able to see physically what you're looking at instead of just a file to be manipulated is a different process. Between the two, they're just such different workflows that I don't think there is a film versus digital issue. It's what is it you want to do to get the end result you're looking for.
Film is definitely making a comeback, and it's definitely a different look than digital. Having
film be part of that medium is just a different workflow and produces different images.
I keep doing it because I've gotten so far in this photography journey, if you want to call it that. It's digital cameras just kind of got boring because you just literally hold down the shutter and just fire off 500 photos in a matter of under a minute, and then you can just pick one photo out of those that you like the best.
Digitizing film even is not the same as having a digital image from a digital camera, as film still has its own look.
I really like the slow process of everything, having to focus, set the exposure, the aperture, and meter everything, pose your subject. And I think it makes you think about each shot before you do push the shutter to take the photo.
Not only do I enjoy hand making my pictures and doing the analog processes, there's enough people who continue to want to learn that.
In the beginning, I followed a few film photographers, Willem Verbeek and like Corey Wolfenberger. And my dad was also a film photographer, so I think like he had an influence on me. But I think it was like definitely like the social media aspect, especially in like the digital age that we live in now.
There are young people who started out with digital photography and never did have film, and now they want to try it. And so that part of it continues to be a good thing for me. And I think that film photography will march on, or will continue to be available, because not everybody in the world is going to buy a digital camera and all the stuff that goes along with it.
Reproducibility. You can put a roll of Tri-X into a Nikon camera and get the same images that were gotten 50 years ago and the same images that we'll get 50 years from now. Digital sensors are continually evolving and changing, and once you buy that digital sensor, you're stuck with that technology until you buy the next technology.
I think it just like makes me like a better photographer overall. Like in an age where like everything needs to be perfect, I think like this is like a cool break from that. And film photography definitely isn't like the sharpest image that you're gonna get, but I think like in the modern industry, it's a cool avenue for people to like pursue, and it's like definitely like a cool way for like companies or like brands or like just like people in general just to like try something new and break from the mold of like just digital photography.
The aspect of actually walking into a place, looking at equipment that you're going to buy, or looking at film and have somebody to talk to about film is really indispensable. But without ever seeing them, without ever being able to talk to them about what they're doing, it takes the artist out of a good chunk of what the photographer is trying to accomplish, because we're able to say exactly what we did every step of the way.
For me, it was always about making things with my hands and ending up with an actual physical print.